Why do women always check their men's phone? I mean, both single and married women. But my basic concern or my major concern now is even the married woman. Why would she always want to check her husband's phone? Maybe the WhatsApp inbox, the Facebook, the Instagram, all social media platforms. She wants to see what the man is doing, his chat, and all of that. And my question is, perhaps she goes in there. If she finds something, is her intention that she wants to leave the marriage, so she needs a proof that she found something, or she needs something to validate her claims or accusation on the man?
And you don't asking your questions or you have other questions to ask because you're just yapping and yapping, you're talking and talking, you're not giving me space to answer. Now, I want to ask you, why shouldn't women check their men's phone? Why shouldn't they?
Okay.
Why shouldn't they? Because I feel like you guys cannot be, you cannot be personalized. You cannot choose what should be private and what shouldn't be private in a marriage. The only thing that is allowed, especially in marriage, oh, I don't know if people do in relationship, but you see, in marriage, in my own opinion, and from what I have learned and what works, the only thing that you can have to yourself once in a while is a little time out to be an individual, maybe hang out with your guys, the lady go hang out with your girls. You have your special thing that you're doing for self development and all that. So, apart from this little time out, you guys are one in every sense. So, why do you people not want us to go through your phones?
Okay, so the question is, what is the motive? Like, so you
The
are not
motive is
asking.
to know what is happening in your life, to know what you are up to, especially where you begin to act funny and you begin to act shady. Because men lie, people lie a lot. You people can lie for
But I
Africa.
have seen instances where the woman said the man looks is too perfect, so she wants to make sure she has something to nail the man.
Then that particular lady is peculiar. Her case is very peculiar. Not everybody is like that. So
Okay.
women, I will tell you from a woman's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
When a woman likes you,
Mm-hmm.
when she genuinely loves you, she's all about you. And to be honest with you, if you check very well, if most men go to check very well, women are not really all up in your phone like that. Like they are oblivious of reality. We like to live in fairy tales in our head
Mm-hmm.
until there is a reality check, a rude awakening that hits us gigum. Oh yeah, these fairy tales that you're swimming in, life is not like that. Maybe one funny action from the guy, one thing that has rocked them and they feel like, oh wow, trust is broken. So you first of all check if your wife is going through your phone back to back and all that. There's something about your attitude recently. There is something about your attitude that have, sparked up that character in her. There's always a link. Check.
Okay, I don't know about the link.
Majority of the time, let me use that.
I know a lot of people who their women they are just fond of wanting to check who their husband is chatting with, and men really don't always want to check their women's phone. But now the question now is, what is the end goal? Let's find out, because me too, I'm always curious to ask. Okay, now that she's going to the phone,
Mm.
what is the end goal? Is the end goal to caution the man and say, I see what you're doing, or the end goal is, I need a proof. Like, what's your mindset as a woman when you're going into the phone? Like, if I go see this chat I'm expecting,
Mm.
what do I want to do?
So let me break it down for you, okay, so
Right.
that you're going to understand
Mm-hmm.
something. Now, there are different phases. Let me break it into two parts. It could be three, but let me start with two.
Right.
First things first. There is a thing in a woman's head that makes her feel like this man loves me.
Mm.
And maybe honestly, he's making a mistake. Honest to God, he's
Mm-hmm.
making a genuine mistake, and he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know that this thing gets to me and it hurts me. So let me know, let me see what he's doing and call his attention to it so that he will stop.
Okay.
Now, sometimes this is what is in the woman's head.
Mm.
Oh, see, I can see you chatting with this girl or you doing this with this person. Why are you acting this way? Thinking that the love that he has for her is strong enough to make him say, oh, she doesn't like this. Let me desist.
Mm.
Let me cut off.
Mm.
So That is the one part. Then now the next part is where she now realizes that, oh, my, this guy no send your papa. Oh. He doesn't care about how you feel. He's all about his own desire. It's all about his selfishness. So therefore, he will not stop doing what he wants to do. He continues doing it. So now this woman goes there to first of all keep herself abreast of what is happening, so that she's not blindsided. Because many women have been given diseases by their wandering husbands. They have been given, like, I don't know how to put it. Sometimes they sell them out there. I know of a man that had the bold mind to video his wife sleeping just because you want to collect a pay from one girl. You video your wife sleeping and snoring, and you say, okay, you
Please,
say,
please, no.
no, no, no. The man was like, I'm starved.
She sleeps a lot.
I'm not getting it good over here.
Okay.
She's too lazy. She cannot carry herself. Now, see the way she's sleeping and snoring very irritatingly.
Mm.
That's how she lets herself be. So it's been a while. I need this. And then he goes ahead to snap himself. And then this other silly girl here, I don't know what happened with them after some time, because she didn't expose the chat immediately. It was after a while that she released this chat, which led to that home breaking up. So a woman wants to know what is happening. Oh, you know what I do, my husband. I'm a therapist, a counselor. People come to my DMs with their issues. And also I have seen someone come to my DM saying that her husband used did an obituary poster for her that she died like 2 years ago. I think that was in 2024. Yeah, that was 2024. So he dated it to 2021, I 2022, and then sent to this girl that he was trying to psych that he needs a woman. He wants to feel the touch of a woman. It's been a while since his wife died. And the woman went through her husband's phone and saw that. So sometimes these girls that men go to meet are very petty. Maybe they watch you, they see how the husband carries you, and they feel like you're feeling yourself, you're being too proud. Who are you? In fact, I'm going to go and get that guy and deal with you and show you that I can get the man. Maybe you guys have had an altercation or something. Women have this unnecessary beef. And then she goes, meet up with the man, and the man, being a man and being foolish, lets himself be used. She now comes back and say, I'm gonna rub it in your face, using it as a joke. And then sometimes you don't want to believe, like, true. No, let me go and check for myself. So there are different things that can, occur. I have met another woman that went through her husband's phone to pile up. She was going through a divorce. She was in the process of, planning their divorce because he was being very mean to her. And so she needed good proof. Her lawyer said, you need good proof. So she had to go through the phones to get good proof so that she can present it as a strong case, so that she can have custody, or at least complete full joint custody of her children, because that was his main part. Like, I'll take the kids from you, you suffer. So she had to look for something that she could hold. And thank God they were in a developed country where those proof went well for them. And then some women just don't want to be, like, emotionally attached to a man that continues to hurt them. So they need proof to wake up to their reality. Like, wake up. This man keeps misbehaving. He's not going to change anytime soon. Stop deluding yourself. So seeing those things is like, okay, hardening their heart and like, good. You know that this is your reality. So wake up, stop dreaming, and face life, and know how you're going to handle this. So some of them may not want to go, but they just know that this is it. My emotions are in check, so that nothing shakes me. So tomorrow they're on their way. Someone comes to say, I'm pregnant for your husband. And it doesn't move her because she's like,
Okay, so if you checked the first time, you saw something. You checked the second time, you saw something. Why check the 10th time?
because some people are like that. They just need, when you love someone over time, the feeling doesn't just fade in 1 or 2 days. It takes a while. And then some people, because some men are very manipulative and they know how to lie. So they are saying one thing with their mouth and doing another thing with their actions. So when the actions does not match, you want to give yourself reason to know that I'm not a mad person. I'm not running mad. Like, why are you not consistent? Okay, this should be the reason why. Do you understand? So for other people, they are funny. Someone like me, I'm going to use myself as an example. If I check the first time, check the second time, and check the third time, I won't be checking the fourth or the fifth time. I won't do that. I will make up my mind and know that, okay, this is who I'm dealing with, and I'm going to act accordingly with you. But not everybody has that strength of character. Not everybody has that ability, And once trust is broken, when once a woman goes through your phone and sees shady things, she would always want to go through your phone.
Now, the big question is this.
Mm.
If you went through the phone the first time and saw something shady,
Mm.
you were heartbroken, you cried.
Mm.
You went the second time, why still heartbroken at the sixth time and still crying again?
Well,
And sometimes the woman goes extra length, like trying to sneak to see the husband's pattern of password, try to, and then follows this up for like 1 month. And I'm asking, is this stress worth it to get heartbroken? Because now let's start with, you felt, by your analysis,
mm,
you felt something he was doing was suspicious. You think he was doing something shady.
yes, sus, yeah.
Yeah. And so you are now working as an FBI to now get heartbroken.
Mm.
Why is that so? Why is that so for a woman? Like, because
Okay.
I feel like for a man will, if I know this is going to
Hurt me, I'll
just
try to avoid it.
and just make it just there. No one even know.
Good.
But a woman wants to get heartbroken. Like, I need to see this thing and get heartbroken. What is it for a woman with heartbreak?
So let me tell you, the very first thing you're going to have to understand is that women are wired quite different.
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm trying to understand.
Listen, when a woman loves you so much,
she just wants to cry.
Let me use this to example. No, it's not about wanting to cry. Let me use this example. When a woman loves you so much and she steps out of your relationship, she cheats on you, the primal urge she has is to want to come and tell you. That is how she's wired. Because this is how she is. I want to come and tell the man that I love that I made a mistake. But when a man does that, he wants to make sure that he hides that for the rest. Like, if he can, he would lie. Even if you see him with your two eyes, he will still want to lie, look in the eye and lie and say, yo, you're not seeing clearly. So when you know that men are very differently wired from women, it's going to help you understand why women do some things. And it's going to also help you understand why you as a man should never do certain things if you feel like you value the peace, the trust, and the sanity of your woman. When you break a woman's trust, you don't just break her trust. You are giving her a mental sickness. And that thing you're talking about is it's not normal. It's not normal. Do you think, it's just like, some people sit down and carry razor and begin to tear themselves up. That's madness. It's not normal. So those kind of people need to go for maybe rehab or something.
We don't go out of the box.
Okay.
My direct question is, why do you suspect something and then you are working so hard to find out that thing you are suspecting is true, and then you break into tears or you are heartbroken? Why is that so? Just like you said, I watched something about Pastor Jerry said some days ago that women don't try to make your husband be a woman or a wife, vice versa, because it's the way a man is wired, it's the way a woman is wired. Now, a man, what's his name again? One of my big mentors, overseas, said something that women, we lie to you because we respect you. Now, if a man does not actually respect or fear a woman, I'm saying from the men's perspective, if he does something shady and he doesn't fear and respect you, he doesn't give a damn. So for us as men, I feel like for men, if a man tries to hide anything from his wife, if he has done something, I'm reacting to what you said. If he has done something funny, the woman wants to come and confess and believe he should forgive. But the man wants to hide it. Now, a man feels like, I don't want you to get hurt. I respect you enough. I don't feel like it's good for your ear.
You guys, never you people use the word respect, because you guys go, what are you saying?
No, I'm telling you.
If you respect someone, there are certain things you would never even do in the first place.
But she did it and came to say, I'm sorry. Now let's stay.
No. I understand.
So I'm reacting to what he has.
So I'm just saying, when a man cheats, he doesn't have the right to use the word respect again. Like, that's what I'm just trying to say. So you can carry
on. is hiding
Okay.
this because I don't want you to get hurt.
Okay.
The woman wants to know. So even when you come and say, did you do it? The man said, no, I did not do it. It's not because he cannot tell you. If the man does not value the woman and that relationship, to be honest, there's nothing there. It's just like telling an fellow guy, say, I run him. So the guy will just say it. But if the man is not telling you, is to say he doesn't feel like this is suitable for your ear because you might get hurt. And so my question is, why is the woman always insisting to get hurt? Like, you must say it. So it's like no,
The
like
woman is not insisting to get.
okay.
So when you decided when you were a single person that you want to get married, the best thing, in fact, I feel like if single people are watching this, like if you're a single guy watching this, think very well if you want to get married. Think well, before you decide to, because it's a different ballgame entirely. And the things that you handle lightly, these other gender, they don't know how to handle these things lightly. And when a woman, especially,
So the reason the man is hiding
and
it.
because of how women love, because of how, if I may say, foolishly, women love, they don't take lightly to any form of betrayal. And then, so when you realize that this is what is happening, you keep lying to yourself, like, no, it's not true. It's not true. So you're in a constant mental struggle or tussle where you're like, no, 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 nah, nah. So against your better judgment, you don't want to believe until there's something that makes you believe. So that's why I'm still going to tell guys, I'm still going to tell men, is it worth it? Putting your woman that you claim to love through this turmoil, is it worth it? So these are the people you're dealing with. Too. And funny enough, if you go to ask, like if you pack 1 million women to keep here, so that you're not going to know that it's not peculiar, it's not about one type of woman. If you pack 1 million women here, I'm telling you that 98 to 99.5% of the women
99.9.
are going to react. I just said 99.5 are going to react the same way. Just funny enough, that's how we're wired.
So should we say there's a problem with the woman because the woman wants the man to treat her the way she's wired and does not feel like she should respect the way the man is wired because you are wired in some type of way. I'm just coming, get me right now. You are wired in some type of way. The man is wired in some type of way.
Okay.
Now, the man feels like his wiring might affect you. So, can I hide this my wiring system?
What do you mean by the wiring would affect you? So you're trying to tell me that not having self-control, not having respect is something that is your wiring. Is that what people are trying to say? Because I feel like we're going to get down to this. I feel like this is going to have to be a different thing where we're going to analyze so greatly. So you're telling me sitting across you when the both of us, in fact, don't make me laugh.
Please.
You're telling me that your wiring as a man is to be um loose. So a woman should respect your wiring, and when it has to do with breaking a lot of things, not even leave physical, even spiritually, you're breaking a lot of things, and then you're expecting the woman to clap. What's she supposed to do when she finds out that you're cheating?
What do you think they're breaking spiritually?
Excuse me, is she supposed to clap for you?
No,
No. For you to
But
sit
first
down.
of
No,
all,
you're saying something. You're saying we're talking about a reaction to your misbehavior. And you're telling me, you're sitting looking at me, and you're telling me that we women are supposed to understand why you are misbehaving.
no, you are saying
No,
we
no,
should
no, no,
understand
no.
why the woman is wired. The way the woman
No,
is wired.
you should understand how a woman is wired
So
when you
does-
misbehave.
So does the woman
So if you behave well,
does the woman understand how the man is wired?
Excuse
or is it
me.
only the man to understand how the woman is
excuse
wired?
me, before you misbehave, how was your woman behaving? We need to ask men these questions. Before you stepped out of your marriage, before you broke her trust, how was she? Because if you want to be very honest with ourselves, you are going to realize that this whole shady behavior, this whole crazy, stalkish, obsessed, FBI detective behavior started when you, as a man, started misbehaving.
So
So,
I
are
agree
you
with that.
telling me that when you misbehave,
Right.
and when I'm seeing funny patterns in your attitude,
Mm.
like there's a switch in your pattern, are you telling me that I'm supposed to guard the way I react to it? I'm supposed to react in a very demure, cutesy manner,
No.
so that I understand that, oh, men are big babies. They don't know how to keep their dangling wheels between their legs. No, now.
No, now.
It's funny to
So,
me. Don't
now,
make me laugh.
No, let's get
Listen
it.
to me. I feel like we are derailing from the point. You see that phone? Ladies, you watching me. If you see that your husband's phone, you have access to it. When the Bible said that you people should be naked before yourselves, this is it in every area. So when men are trying to be wise in their own eyes, trying to look for what would protect their foolishness instead of trying to be better, they want to look for rules to guard, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. That phone is the phone for the both of you.
So
When he puts his PIN code, you're supposed to put your own by the side.
So the
If
question
you are interested, someone like me, I'm not. But if you are interested, by all means, go for it, baby.
So the question is, so to what end? So for her
To accountability,
for her to keep crying.
marriage. So are you telling me that
I'm
as a
just
man?
saying.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
for
no,
the.
no, no.
If she had cried the first time,
No,
should
MC.
she continue crying? No, I'm
Listen
just
to me.
saying. It's
You're
just
making me to be very disappointed in you. Do you know why?
no. I am.
Excuse
I am
me.
speaking. I am not
If you
speaking
have
as your
done-
husband. I'm
No,
speaking
I
as a
understand.
man.
I'm just yes.
So
as a-
I am
I know
asking
you.
a question.
I
I'm
know
saying,
you. I know you, MC
should
Bakara.
she keep going? Because I know a lot of women.
Listen to me, MC Bakara. I know you very well. I know that you're married and that you're going to be 10 years in marriage this year. I know you. And then I know how you want your home to be. I know how you try to carry your wife. I know how you want your home to be beautiful. So are you telling me, MC Bakara, that if your wife goes through your phone the first time and she sees something that you does crazily and she cries, she goes through it the second time she cries, she goes through it the third time she cries, are you not going to fix yourself so that if she goes through your phone the fourth, fifth, 10th time, there's nothing to cry about? Is that what you are telling me? Because I feel like you guys, if you're carrying this mindset of, is that how she's going to keep crying? So you want to tell me that you want to be irresponsible for the rest of your marriage?
Okay. So this question is there. This question here. You know what I mean? 10 years in marriage, so I've seen it all. I've seen a lot of these things here happen to me as well. So the question now is, when you go through your husband's phone and you see something, you react. Probably you don't talk with your husband for a while. There's an issue and all of that. Maybe you did it twice, you saw it. The third time you now go through the phone and you did not say anything. Why don't you people come back and say, Mama, your phone, your phone clean this time? Oh. I've not heard any man in our men forum say their wife came and saw and called them one time. Because sometimes you women go to that phone and you don't say anything. And everybody's at peace. So why the time you don't see, you don't applaud the man and say,
we shouldn't be applauding for what is normal. When you are acting out of normalcy, that's just like you telling me you helped me to carry Ekana, so I'm supposed to be clapping my hands for you. That is your child. Listen, that is your child. You ought to carry your child. It's your duty as a good and responsible father. Now, there are many fathers that don't carry their children. They are irritated by their noise. They don't want them around them. They are fathers too, but they are not responsible and they are wicked. Do you understand? So if that man now starts carrying his child after not carrying his child or putting hand to support his wife at home, the woman should get up and clap. When that is your duty, that's what you're supposed to be doing. So if the woman goes through your phone and your phone is clean and you're behaving properly, my God, must she give you a flag? That is how you
clap for us.
No. No, I no.
God. But women are just so hard to deal with.
Why are we rewarding you for what is supposed to be normal?
Can I have something?
Oh, please.
So do you think this whole cheating is a cultural belief?
When you say I don't understand it, maybe you're going to break it down.
All right. So do you think, because even on our social media, what women, majority, are concerned about is cheating. Like this is what it's in almost everyone's head. Cheating, cheating, cheating. And something Okay Bakasi said in the Honest Bunch some days ago, I saw it, an old video, but I saw it. He said that why the old marriage lasted was that if there are three things, meaning a man who takes care of a home, like he provides 100%. He has his wife time, like he gives time to the family, and then the third one was faithful man, but he now defaults and cheated. That the olden days women will say if he scored 2/3 is a good mark. That this is not enough to affect the marriage. This I'm quoting okay because he said that in the honest bunch. That but in this generation, that if this one has an issue, these two doesn't matter again. The woman wants to leave. The woman wants to go. She's so heartbroken. She's so hot, and she wants to go. So we are not. I'm not joining okay because they say, oh, we want to support men to cheat too because of the adverse effects, especially in the area of STDs. But when I say it's a cultural belief, do you think it's Christianity that has superimposed this belief? Because I don't think the Muslim women, actually, the ones they call Muslim, actually um, feel that way. I don't feel the traditionalist because I mean, even recent time we have seen two ladies in Ijo getting married to do a wedding with one man at the same time. I have seen twin in their numbers who are dating one guy who wish to marry one guy. So could it be a cultural belief that has soaked into um so when I mean culture, so culture might not be just traditional, it could be anything belief could be cultural. So could it be a belief system that has made it look this way that the woman feels like this is bad because in some areas, some billionaires that we know in this country are married to five wives, and these wives are doing well. Some of them even cohabit. I think our former estate chairman lives with his two wives, and they all cohabit. So um, could it be Christianity or could it be the Gen Z era that has infused this that it now looks like okay, as soon as this is done, every other thing the man has done is not valid again. This one we must. So if the man doesn't cheat and doesn't provide and doesn't have time for the house, could you say this one is bigger than this one? Do you understand the question?
Yes, yes, yes. I understand your
Okay.
question.
So that's what I'm
So
saying. Do you think it's a cultural belief that has instigated this? Because my grandfather, my father's eldest brothers, most of them before they died, they had four wives, and they're all living in that compound till today. And they were all born in fact, my father's first brother was giving birth the same time with my own grandfather, and they all cohabited in that place. So could it be it's Christianity that had made the woman now taking this part most serious, that even if the man is caring, providing, has time for the wife, but this part it's more like the most important part, in the marriage. So, and you also think that if this part is upheld, that he doesn't cheat, but he doesn't provide, he doesn't take care of the home, and he doesn't have time for the wife, or he doesn't even work. Would you say that would have been even a perfect man for you or for the woman, since we are speaking for both men and women?
so I'm going to tell you for a fact that everybody has what is their deal breaker.
Mhm.
Some people, even in the Gen Zs that you're trying to quote, cheating is not their deal breaker. It's not their deal breaker. So they can still be with you even when you cheat, even when you step out of the
More
marriage,
of our
right?
generation, because I don't know the Gen Z so much, but our generation.
They can still be with you. You were trying to mention when you were giving the examples of how they don't want to stay in the marriage again. You
Yeah,
cheat
so
on and they
Gen
want
Zs
to
are
leave.
not married yet. So I mean, our generation. You see, they call us millennials.
Yeah, the millennials.
Yeah.
All right. So I know people who cheating is not their deal breaker.
What's that deal breaker then?
I don't know. I feel like maybe neglect, disrespect, outright disrespect. So we cannot really speak for all of them, saying if if the man is providing, if he's doing this, if this one is not okay, they must go. Different people, whatever hits them hard, they handle it,
But we
right?
say 99% of
But
women.
now, no, now let me explain to you because you're saying leave the marriage. They may not leave you, but you've spoiled things that may never be fixed again in life. That's one. Number two, you mentioned how we have the Muslims, we have the traditionalists, the people that can marry more than one wife and they live happily. Now, there are always exceptions to these cases. I'm going to beat my chest and look you in the eye and tell you that the women that are, married, that have co-wives, the number of women that are happy in that union is very small. That are genuinely happy. Of course, they will put up a front. Of course. You know that I'm close to a lot. I was in Abuja before I came to Lagos. So I had the opportunity to meet with people, meet with
Were
people
they
that
coerced? Because most of them are second, third wives. How come they were not happy?
because at first you would think that you can. Let me shock you. Even the people whose religion, like they teach them that a man can do this, a man can do that. When they marry in the religion, they still struggle. They still want to source for different, and this has sent a lot of women into moving diabolical, going diabolical, because they are looking for things to have more attention, more than the next wife. So you see where a woman wants to go for. That's how we have all these kayamata, all these do as I say, selling so well. Go and check the number of people that are buying that. There are women that are first, second, third, fifth, seventh wives. So this lie, why are we lying to ourselves? As human beings, we are selfish in nature. Nobody wants to share. It's a natural instinct that come. That's how God created us. Nobody likes to share. So even when religion wants to bend you, even when society wants to bend you, but at the end of the day, in your quiet time, you struggle because somehow your primal need, the natural instinct in you will still, be louding its voice once in a blue moon. So I'm going to look in the eye, like I said before, and tell you that many women that I know, remember our neighbor in Calabar, one of our neighbors were pregnant at the same time. They're Muslims. And she kept asking her husband every day, please, I hope you don't marry another wife. I hope you don't, because he's allowed to. She didn't want it. And he kept promising. Okay, up until now, he has not, though. But I know of one that the man promised like that. But after a while, he changed his mind. And he married another wife. And he's Muslim. He's allowed to. Will she leave? No. If she cannot even open her mouth to say, I'm not happy, because she knows what is expected of her by the religion. She knows. So when we throw it back to Okay Bakasi that's saying many of our parents from before, they could, as long as you're doing well in the other area, you just, and then let's stop making it look like these men just fault once. They want to fault for a lifetime. As long as they are providing that, they want to fault. If you're faulting once or twice, I've never seen any woman that leaves a man for cheating on her once or twice. I have never seen. It's the constant disrespect.
Is there a number of times? Is there a particular threshold? Is there a threshold so that the men will know that if they is it a yearly or monthly threshold? People should too.
Okay, so that you know
so
how
that we know, so that now we don't do it more than, we don't cross board. Is there a monthly threshold and say, okay, this in a month or in 6 months, it shouldn't exceed this time? We know that, okay, body no be firewood, don't allow you.
So when you say body no be firewood, I don't understand. Is it that your wife is not capable of having intercourse with you? That's why you want to go outside?
So
because no, because when but one woman said something, she said our voice, we couldn't talk. So we swallowed our voices and bettered it inside of our children. So now we have more women growing up that cannot stand the things that their parents do because they saw how their parents suffered. I tell people a lot, when you're watching from outside, you don't know people. If you want to know who a man really is, ask his wife and children. Also, ask his children. If you want to know who a woman really is, ask her husband and children. In fact, if you even want to know who a woman really is, ask her house help. So I'm just trying to say that most of our mothers, we saw them. So there's this phobia from you. My sister said something. I want to quote her. She said something the way we grew up and the financial way that it was. She said, Raju, I don't want to ever be broke or struggle for money. So I'm going to read as hard as I can. I'm going. In fact, my sister is so all about the next step, the next level, progressing as fast, as hard as so she worked so hard, putting a lot of effort. She was traumatized by the level of lack we suffered when we were growing up. So you would understand why a child can sit down, watch what is happening. You think children don't see, they see, they notice, but they don't know how to express themselves. They can't do anything. They're helpless. So they have an internal resolve that when I grow, I will not take this nonsense that this person is taking. You know how African mothers are now, even when they are hitting them, go, 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 you knock on the door, they'll clean everywhere, get up and smile. Do you understand? So I've had a lot of these things. It even gets as bad as children trying to, you know, stand like protect their mom from the man. So you don't expect this kind of people to grow up wanting to, you know, just calm down and be collecting it like that. Times are changing. So I feel like if our men could do better, this generation, if marriages of before they had more of enjoyment and endurance, we
They had
would
more of
have
endurance and enjoyment.
if they had more of
Enjoyment
enjoyment
than
than
endurance.
endurance,
Mm.
we would have had a good number because people have watched, they've seen, and they want to go into it. We have lots of people this in this time that they don't even want to get married. Like, I don't want it. I don't want children. I don't care. It's crazy. Do you understand? So what we don't know as individuals, both men and women, is that whatever we're doing, however we're handling this thing, is going to affect the next set, the next generation. So it's not just all about ourselves, how we think we're handling it, our desires, you know. So I don't know. This is just what I can say on this area regarding why it's looking as if the past they did better in marriage than this present. They didn't do better. A lot of endurance, painful ones. If you sit a woman down to talk to them, you weep. Some people, if you talk to your mother, you will hate your father. Literally.
Last question. What is your take on women, married women who have kids that left their husband's house because he cheated and later on had an affair with a married man?
I feel like that's a high level of what's the word? Hypocrisy. I feel like that's a high level of hypocrisy. Now, I'm not here saying that there's how your life should be, there's how your life shouldn't be. But I'm saying if you're living for a particular reason because someone hurt you, why do you think it's cool for you to go hurt someone else?
Sometimes it's out of frustration. Now they can't take care of the kids. They can't live a good life because apparently, especially in Africa, the man was said to be the provider, and so women do not do too much. We have very few women who are doing too much to earn very well. So women earnings somehow is something that can sustain themselves, a little bit of their maybe their family back home, their parents and all of that. So if you throw the full weight of house rent, school fees, taking care of yourself, living that luxury life and all of that, it becomes too weighty on a woman. So that is why sometimes men say women don't know what men really go
What
through.
men really go through.
So now when a woman is in that shoe, she now realizes that it is damn too difficult. Again, she needs a man. I have a lady who was here. I kept begging her. She said she doesn't want to get married. She's in a very serious issue now. One of our friends. And I said, if you had a man in your life, the man
He
would
will
have
shield you.
ameliorated some stress, even if not even your husband, like a boyfriend. But she's like, I've always never wanted to marry. I've never wanted a man in my life and all of that. And now she's in serious financial hiccups, and she wants me to assist her. But again, she would have had it if she had a man. at least the man would have done something a little, you know. And so sometimes these women do not plan to go and do this apparently, but
But
times became
situations,
situation
right?
very hard. And then the only people that will come for a woman with two kids or one kid most time is still a married man. So she finds herself in that web, and she's now committing the same crime that she left
Her home
her
for.
home for. And then my backup question is, does it mean sometimes women should understand that this other gender that comes to sometimes is for help that they do
Okay,
this
they are
thing?
going to help
No,
their
no,
fellow.
like the women who go after married men, sometimes they are there because of the help, not necessarily like
Well, if you really want to help, you can help without being all taking advantage of the woman or going all the way.
that's for the man. So for
Yes, for the woman, right?
sometimes the woman doesn't have anything to appreciate and say thank you.
So you reject it. You want
so
to collect.
so that's it with the man. So you feel
That's
like
dirty.
the married the divorced woman who now committed same crime, you say you call her.
That's hypocritical.
Wow.
I feel like if something irritated you so much that it pushed you out of your marriage, then nothing should make you bend
But
that
she's
way.
very hungry.
That is what I'm saying. Nothing should make you bend that way. If that was a deal breaker for you, then you're just a hypocrite. And it wasn't a deal breaker. It was just something you felt like it was convenient for you as at that time. Now, that's why I always beg women, before you make some kind of decisions, you talk to people like me. Because that's why I'm here for you. Do you understand? I'm here.
Can I talk to you?
Now, I have someone come to me.
Mm-hmm.
The husband, recently, this year, she went abroad. And the husband is the one funding her master's. She's trying to school there, and he's the one funding her master's. And I think she got a job, so he was able to pay some parts. But before the exams, you need to complete it. And the man is trying to take loans. He's going crazy, looking for a way to sort this out. And then her sister was in the area and decided to visit the man. Like this, like some months after she had left the country, and her sister went to visit her husband and found out that the man had taken down their marriage picture and
I
everything,
hate that. Yes.
and found out that somebody else, he was living with another lady in the house. And then this sister of hers raised alarm. Even when the man was begging, oh, please, please don't tell your sister, don't tell your sister, oh, it was a mistake, all those kind of normal mistake that you remove pictures from the world. That's crazy, but
It's
okay.
a mistake sometimes.
The
like
picture basically fell. All
your
right.
hand just
Good. Now, this sister of hers reached out to her. She is now agitating over the phone. She doesn't want the marriage anymore. She doesn't want him anymore. Family, they are holding meetings online, WhatsApp calls. It's getting crazy. And they reached out to me and they called the sister, reached out and like, oh, please, what should we do in this situation? And I said, can I talk to her? Just allow me to talk to her. Because is she crazy? Angry. Because I'm like, listen to me, girl. If this man has done what he wants to do, this is not the best. Someone wants to take a loan for you when you know that living where you are is crazy. You can't even work right now to sustain yourself. The little work you're doing is just to maybe for daily food, transportation. And you want to throw away the man that wants to take a loan for you right now. I believe in using opportunities. So I will not leave you. Don't leave him. Collect your money, set up yourself very well. Then, if you decide after you're very well established that you don't want him again, you can now decide to move on. But how can you be needing help and you're so angry that you want to break the leg? Like you're standing on one leg and you want to break your leg. I don't understand. So I feel like, ladies, even when you're so angry, please always think of your welfare. Very important.
and that's
Even
being,
in your anger,
that's being manipulative women.
that is taking advantage of it. If the man felt like he could cheat on you, then you can use the man. Everybody should be able to gain. I don't understand. If you can cheat on me, I can use you. I can also be funny. Both of us should be manipulative.
So, final question.
Please.
And this is to all the ladies watching this video right now. So you posted this some time ago. Women, which do you prefer? A caring, loving, and providing husband that cheats, or a non-caring, a non-providing, a lazy husband who depends on you and gives you all the time in the world and does not cheat? Which do you prefer? It's just a question. Choose A or B. I know most of you say, I can have it all. Of course, that's how it should be. You should have it all. But in this case, A or B, which would you prefer? I think I want you to answer.
Should I answer?
No,
Answer.
don't answer. Let's wait for them to answer. You answer in next episode.
Yeah, because I really, really want to answer this question because brothers and sisters
Two.
can play the game.